All right. Are we good? Are we good? I think we're back. We should be back. If we're not back, if we're, if you don't see me, reset. No. Refresh. That's what the word is called. Refresh. I can see it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was either a Twitch issue or that might have been an OBS issue. I'm hoping I don't have some sort of memory leak or something. That might have been an OBS issue because I did a speed test and my speed is, I've never actually seen my speed this high before. So unless that's what happened, unless my system reset and now my speed is ridiculous. Because I did a speed test and I don't remember it being that high. Holy crap. I have 756 down as my download speed, 756 megs, and I have 116 megs upload. And I never had that much before. So let's see if I do this while I'm streaming. Yeah, because now I'm using bandwidth to do that. I don't know if that might have chugged the stream a little bit. I have one gig internet. Download speed, yeah. I have 1 gig download speed, which is more than I need. I used to get into arguments with them on the phone because I would have issues with my upload speed. And they're like, no, only the download speed matters for streaming. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. When I say streaming, I mean I'm streaming out. So I need a better upload speed. And this is not when I started streaming, just a little tidbit here. When I started streaming, when I would do a speed test, I would get like 150 or 200 download, and I was getting like 7 meg upload, and so I had to limit my bit rate because I just couldn't do it. Like I couldn't stream, and then that was when I was married. I couldn't stream, and she was watching something on TV stably. Like she couldn't watch Netflix. So I had to limit what my bit rate was, and then slowly but surely it got better. And now I have more upload speed than I even know what to do with. We're back. Yeah, 2 streams in 1 day. I went to get my fans fixed back in August. Oh my god, they were trying to sell me. You can control the speed of the light. Oh, for RGB and stuff. RGB is fine. I don't have this hate boner for RGB. I'm not gonna pay more for it, but I don't really care about like RGB. I don't think. I think the RGB that I don't like is the rainbow RGB, where everything is just all the colors. But I have in my system, I have an RGB CPU cooler. And then I have blue fans. Like they're not RGB fans, they're just blue lights. So then my RGB CPU fan, I just keep it on blue. And I have a blue case. Everything I didn't want to do plain black or anything like that. I wouldn't have minded switching over to a white build because I bought a new CPU cooler that I need to put in there, and my GPU is white. So I did start thinking about transitioning over to a white PC setup. But, it's fine. I don't care that much that I'm going to spend money on it. It's bullcrap. You need bit rate, which is equivalent to your upload. Yeah, and they didn't understand. And to their credit, AGM, it's kind of it's funny because I understand that. If I were to say I need to worry about my internet speed because of streaming, it does sound like I'm going to watch TV shows, and it's not. There's no term for uploading streams. There's no term like if I just say streaming, it usually means I'm watching something. There's no real term for like upload streams. Like I'm like streaming out. That's why I always said that. We now have AT&T fiber optic, which is amazing and a good price. But we used to have Spectrum, who are trash. When we left, didn't even try to counter offer or keep us. They just told us, sure, you can leave, but you'll come back. Now they send us panicked ads every week. Like, please come back to us for internet. Comcast is the same way. Xfinity, Comcast, whatever they're called now, they're the same way. If they used to be way back in the day, if you told them that you were leaving, they would throw on free months so that you wouldn't leave. Now they just let you go. They just, yeah, okay, just go ahead. Go get one of the other services. Probably because they're all owned by the same two companies anyway. I hate them in the same way I hate gaming chairs. They don't make things better. They're just more expensive because gamer want gamer. My problem with I mean it's called broad. Is that what you would say, broadcast? Broadcast seems like too extensive of a word, but it's not incorrect. My PC isn't RGB, but my keyboard and mouse are, and I might change the keys on my keyboard because the lights block out the letters. I had a Razer keyboard. I think it was a Chroma or something, and one of the keys stopped working. I might go back to using that keyboard too. Fill your sword with power and walk over the glowing holes. Sorry, I know that we're kind of dragging our feet on Minish Cap here. Due to the RAM shortages, secondhand shops. I almost read that as slops. Secondhand shops are starting to take out GPUs and RAM sticks from older units and selling them separately, making the OG unit non-functional, and it's caused older, cheaper alternatives to start to dry up extra fast. I mean, we knew that was going to happen, right? They're going to start doing we talked about this before, and I had said that I think that we're going to get to the cyberpunk type future where the average person's PC setup and technology setup is just pieced together from other things. Do I want some screaming nippers? Wait, man, that's brutal. A lilac. Oh man, thank God they weren't chocolate. And to clarify, my intention is to avoid limitations on what I already do and know how to do, but I won't lie. When I say future-proof, I mean price hikes. Like, I want to get them before it's impossible to get later on. Then sooner rather than later, for sure. Has anyone heard about the framework laptops and PCs? They've been trying to do some sort of framework setup like that for a long time now, right? Where you pick and choose the parts based on what you're going to do. They had a phone that was like that too. Wasn't that framework? And it was supposed to be like fully customizable. A lot of those budget graphics cards we were talking about earlier, many are already doubling in price because the GPU or RAM themselves are worth more than the laptops or PCs they're combined to. Let me look it up. Hold on. Now I'm kind of curious. All right, chill out, Task Manager. Yeah, streaming right now, I'm using 63% of my memory, of my RAM. So I do need more RAM. Hang on. So let's see my graphics card. 4060. I'm on Amazon. Can you even get a 4060 anymore? There goes my card. Oh, my card is exactly the same price. All right, so mine hasn't gone up. But the 5060s are. The 5060s are $400. Asus 3050 is two. See, and this is my problem here. Like the Asus Nvidia 3050 is $240. But for a little bit more, you will get actual better performance if you go to like a 4060. You will get a noticeable upgrade from there. And the 5060 is $350. It's not bad. Okay. Sorry. It is. I ordered a laptop, but the quality wasn't that good. Not the material per se. The little manufactured, but the little manufactured they did. All right, so I'm leaving. You're the last person I expected to find here. And just as I was wondering who could be behind this, I find my old master. Vati. And as always, you're dressed in the shabbiest of rags. My curses are not to be mocked. The one I cast on you is most powerful. No matter what power you wield, you will never break it. You haven't changed in the slightest. I should never have created that crap. It only fueled your insane desires. Fool! A hat that grants the wishes of its wearer is a spectacular creation. Thanks to you, I have gone from being a meek, minuscule nothing to a big, mighty, strong nothing. The greatest sorcerer alive. You cannot stop me now, and I have you to thank for it. Accept this small gesture of gratitude from me. Hiya! I used to Trifecta Wireless. It's $110 a month, which is a lot, but work good most of the time. I can't get fiber optic as I have to dig a ditch up to my house, which would be a lot more money on top of the monthly bill. Yeah, fiber, I wouldn't really worry. For me, I don't really worry about fiber. What I have is enough. It is Comcast, though, Xfinity, so it is expensive, but I think I pay like $95 a month, and that's for internet, and they gave me 3 months, I think it's 2 years. 2 years of Peacock for free. Which I'm kind of curious what's going to happen, because I do have 2 years of Peacock, but they're talking about merging Peacock and HBO Max. So I'm kind of curious what's going to happen with that. Is that a Doofenshmirtz voice from Phineas and Ferb? No, not really. I think Doofenshmirtz would be actually a little more subdued than the goofy voice that I'm making. Wait, Vati, wait. That foul Vati, what could he be scheming now? Maybe? I feel I owe you an explanation of what has happened. You see, Vati and I are both Minish. You're the biggest Minish I've ever seen. I was once a famous sage and a renowned Minish craftsman. Vati was only a boy when I took him on as my apprentice. But he became enchanted by the wickedness in the hearts of men. One day, Vati took a hat I made for the humans, my pride and joy. It granted the wishes of its wearer. He put it on without permission. Some areas in my state are starting to implement underground wiring, which on one hand means you're on the company's full mercy, but means no more poles becoming a fire hazard. And safe from the weather. So he's gay? Not a bad thing. What a vile form you've taken. Vile? I am a sorcerer now, and my power is beyond compare. No longer will I tire away as your apprentice. Now all shall call me master. Why, Vati? Why are you plotting? This year, on the day that comes but once a century, the portal opens, and when it does, I shall claim the light force as my own. I will be transformed, perfect, and there will be none who can stop me. Is that a giant shoe? Somebody gonna step on me? Here's probably the one issue that I have with this game as a story, as the story goes. Tell me, how does it feel, my sorcerer's curse? Do you see, Eslo? I am truly your master now, and you cannot stop me. And with that, I must be leaving. I have a problem with this because they're Minish. So shouldn't the hat be really tiny? You know the legends, of course, the gifts the Picori gave the humans. What you call the Picori blade was the first of those gifts. The second, well, you call it the Light Force, but it's a source of limited magical power. If Vati were to get it now, it would be devastating. I came to the world of men hoping to stop Vati, and I met you in the woods. But it seems we won't be breaking the curse on me anytime soon. However, with the Sacred Blade, we can certainly restore Princess Zelda. They were tiny. It's just from their perspective. He used the hat to grow in size. Sure, that explains Vati. Eslo should still be a tiny hat, though. That's my issue. It's not Vati. Vati makes sense that he has a hat that he can do whatever he wants with. Like, he can make himself bigger. But Eslo is normal size. He made him the hat, and then he left. So shouldn't he be tiny? Eslo knows magic, but he can't. It doesn't seem like he's doing much. I'm sorry. All that has happened has been due to my own pride, my folly. Like, yeah, I don't know. Is there a reason for him being people-sized when he was Minish when he was turned into a hat? I can make you small and normal. Wait. Expo. Eslo used the growing stumps. That's how he lets Link shrink and grow. Eslo. So you're saying Eslo on his own used one of the stumps to get bigger? I must rely on you and your power until we put an end to Vati. I guess that's the logic. I guess the logic is that he kind of hopped around and he got to a thing where he grew in size. Well, maybe. Enough fairy tales. We must search for the next element. Okay, so then the next element is the one in the swamp. As I was trying to reach Hyrule Castle to catch up to Vati, and he ran into monsters first. Okay, all right, that makes sense then. That makes sense. All right, problem solved. Yeah. My assumption is he crawled his way out of that place, found the stump to grow back, and then found Link when he was getting attacked with mobs. All right, that makes more sense. Yeah, because they didn't really address the fact that he was Minish before, and now he's big. If Link spoke, I feel like that's the first thing he would have asked. As I work, what is your dungeon tier list of Minish Cap? Temple of Droplets is number one. That's not even. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's Temple of Droplets, and then it's kind of everything else. Like, everything else can be in an order. I don't think any of them are as good as the Temple. It's just it's the music too, and it's definitely the music doing that. I think I need to do no Sky Temple. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not a huge fan of that area. The swamp I kind of like. I do kind of dig the swamp. I'm thinking more. I think I like the swamp more than the map. Sky Tower. The music though. The Sky Tower. You're talking about the one in the clouds. Like, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the area in the clouds. And I guess that's not the temple. Yeah, I like Sky Temple for the aesthetics. Eslo found the Zoltar machine. I wish I was big. No one knows what that means anymore, Otaku, and I'm kind of sad about that. I will accept this new training. Rock Breaker. Oh, yeah, okay. That's it. You're making a fair question since the story never addresses that in-between part. We just find him in the middle of nowhere, and we get told now he became a hat, how he became a hat. Everything else is just you fill in the blanks. And then when he said, "Oh, we're actually Minish," it's like, well, wait, but you're people size. Like, that would have been my first question. All right, so just give me a rock. Rock Breaker. Legally distinct rock smash. Wait, that's not a rock? Break all the pots with your sword. That's not a rock. I threw a pot at him. That's call it Pot Breaker. All right. Let me go. I think. Yeah. When you've learned to run like the wind. Link learned Rock Smash. It's effective enough. I threw a pot at him. It was a really big pot. Iron Sword. Well, that's redundant. No, sword. No, it's Otaku. It's not redundant because we've had wood swords and we've had magical swords. And Iron Sword. Hold on. Iron Sword is a PS1 game. No, no, I think I'm thinking of Iron and Blood. Broken Sword is a PS1 game. I don't remember. Was Iron Sword a PS1 game? Yeah. It's also like Link can only shrink and grow when Ezreal uses his magic wearing him. Thus, that music thing that plays when you shrink. Metal Sword is different from is considered different from Iron Sword. Metal Sword, and why do I know Bronze Dagger? Where do I know Bronze Dagger from? Every RPG? Oh, do that. Oh, there we go. That was useless. Haha! Oh, wait, I can start earning money again. I got a better wallet. Nope. Oh, I think I have to go... Is it north and then down? Yeah, I think I have to go over and then down. Because I'm pretty sure the swamp area is where I'm going next, but I forget if I have to do some stuff in the town first. No, I couldn't go down here, and then I couldn't get over there. I think I have to go up and over and around and down. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is where I get, like, oh, there's so much stuff that I can do, and I'm trying not to do a ton of side stuff yet. And then I think I go down from here. Oh, wait, that looks like the little fox guy from Wood. What? Okay. Oh, wait, now I can do this. See, they made this whole gimmick into a game. Yeah, okay, now we got these. How we doing? Now I'm all nervous about my stream health. Yeah. Oh, good on mine. Yeah, it doesn't look like I've got any more drop frames. Yeah, I'm not even giving you a... Okay. Yeah. Even more rising concern, my Mr. Beast has now bought and owns Step, a financial app targeting teens and young adults. I wouldn't be concerned, except they're probably 100%. I haven't heard about Mr. Beast in a while. I'm almost positive they're crypto bros, so that's kind of concerning. The hell? What a strange feeling. I sensed something from the castle's direction. Or was it just me? What? Oh, yeah, because this is where it gets all weird. Size though has been kind of a gimmick for Nintendo. Super Mario 3, World 4, yeah, and tiny, huge island from Mario 64. Yeah, too much benefit of the doubt, but sometimes I feel nowadays we get told to start planning your mortgage at 6 months old. All right, hold on, because I am actually going to address that a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you, AGM. This is why I don't have too much of a problem with it. On a fundamental level, I have a problem with who's doing it. I have a problem with it being Mr. Beast because we know it's going to be very exploitative or exploitative, and it's going to be about crypto. It always is, right? It's always about AI and crypto. It's going to be something. It's going to be like, hey, sign up for this app, and we'll have an AI assistant that's going to help you do everything. That's what I have a problem with. Given my current situation right now, I actually would be in a much more catastrophic situation if I didn't start paying attention to my finances a little less than a year ago. I actually haven't been really paying attention to my entire life. I never really paid attention to my finances, right? Saving is very difficult because I didn't have a ton of money. So I would try to save something and then something would break and now I had to fix it. I never really, stocks and all of that stuff we think of them as the scam, right? We automatically think, oh, these stocks are, they're all a scam and a ripoff, or you're gambling or something. And it wasn't until last year, halfway through last year, where I really started to pay attention to my finances and say, all right, at some point, I need to start dealing with this a little bit. This is something that I have to take care of. In that short amount of time, I was able to put myself in a position where now that I'm in this situation that I'm in right now, I am actually doing relatively comfortable. And when I get back to work and when I start making enough, I already have the structure in place to set myself up to be better. I don't fundamentally hate the idea because paying attention to your finances is actually an important thing that you're supposed to do. You need to pay attention to that stuff, just like you need to pay attention to your health, to your diet. Like, there are all of these things that are part of taking care of yourself, and your finances are one of them. My issue is it's Mr. Beast, who targets young people and is probably a crypto bro, or if not, they're going to be. Yeah, I actually don't hate that fundamentally. It's Mr. Beast doing it. Too much benefit of the doubt. Yeah, just saying I see why there's such things as finances for teens and younglings. And it's not untrue. Again, you're right. Like, when you're a small child, you're not paying attention to your finances. But your parents should be. That's the thing, is that if you are a 6-year-old, nobody's telling you to start saving for your mortgage. But your parents should be doing something. Your parents should have that stuff. And a lot of parents don't do that because they didn't do it when they were younger. I'm in a position right now where that's exactly what I would say. If for whatever reason I had to take care of a child, I'd be putting money aside for them. And at a certain point, I would teach them how to do that. We don't learn finances in school. Like, we learn that finances and bills are a thing, but we never learn how to take care of our money. Sure, they showed us the reproductive system, the female reproductive system, and they taught us about how mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, but they didn't actually show us what it means to save money. They never taught us financial structure. They never taught us having a backup, like an emergency fund in your bank account. Like, they never really taught us any of that. They didn't teach us interest rates and everything, and saving stocks and bonds and all that stuff. It was never any of that. It was reproductive information and some level of bodily health, and then that was it. That's what I do as a vocational instructor. Financial, job, life, and self-care skills. And we never really got any of that. So I do think that stuff is important. I think it matters that you learn that stuff. And if kids need to look at Mr. Beast videos in order to understand and pay attention to their finances, I'm fine with that. My problem is it's Mr. Beast. And even if he does it in an innocent way, even if he's not trying to scam them or sell them crypto, he's going to. That's just how we feel about it. Mr. Beast teaches math. Does he really? I actually didn't know that. Speaking of stocks, Nintendo also do another massive stock buyback, further pulling themselves away from investors and such influencing their games and decisions. Yeah, I was looking earlier. I'm gonna double check again here. Hold on. I was looking earlier at. Wow. Yeah. Oh, it's back up. But all right. Yeah, I mean the market right now is kind of going all over the place. The meme voice of Mr. Beast. Oh, okay. To clarify, Mr. Beast is not Logan Paul, who's a crypto bro, but in general, having Mr. Beast trying to be everything is still concerning. His brand doesn't give me crypto bro vibes, but rather Joe Camel vibes. Yeah, his brand gives me crypto vibes. It just does. To be fair, all of them do. You're right. Logan Paul is definitely the one that's going to do it, but they all do it. Any of those guys that build themselves on being a bro for the young people growing up, I feel like at some point they're going to lean into crypto. I don't know. It's probably not even fair. It's just kind of how I see it. My students are finally reaching a point where I can start teaching them that stuff. And they should be learning it early. They should learn all of that stuff early. Nintendo are actually weird like that. Every year they make a point to buy back stock, unlike a lot of other companies like Sony and Microsoft who've been kind of diversifying and selling more stocks. It's fascinating. The problem is they're worried about who's buying it. I think that's Nintendo's thing. I mean, Nintendo's a Japanese company, so they're always kind of playing things close to the chest or the vest or whatever the phrase is. I'm surprised Sony isn't operating like that too. Oh, yeah, this is another one of the things that I can't stand. It looks like you're all here. Very well. The King of Hyrule has words for you. I forgot what voice I gave him. You all know of the power of the Picori gave to mankind, do you not? The golden light force of limitless magical power. I want it. It is somewhere here in Hyrule. Go now and bring me this power. Waste no time. Go forth at once and bring me the light force. Fling anyone who refuses into the dungeon. Him and his family, too. Like, I will tolerate no disobedience. Oh, that's right. This was Gilbert Gottfried. Now, search high and low throughout the lands of Hyrule. Thank God I didn't have to do all of that. This always gets on my nerves in storytelling. Sudden dramatic shift in a world that does contain magic, and no one questions, maybe we should not be doing this because we need to have... now I have concerns about the king. Right? Everybody had a little question mark on their head, and no one questioned it. And I know it's a king. They'll be beheaded for implying something so terrible. Some wacko on Twitter tried to argue that Nintendo's practices are so unique and functional, they should not even count when discussing the industry. And look, I respect people's right to have stupid opinions, but some folks abuse their rights. Yeah, that's kind of insane that you would think that. Not you think that they would think that. I think that the king has a minor case of the imposter or possessed. And no one questions it. Oh, wait. This one. They've done this before. They've done this before it became an issue. It really feels like Nintendo never really wanted to sell stocks in the first place, and have spent years slowly but surely taking that power back, which is probably, again, why when we talk about Nintendo is happy with these sales, what about investors? Nintendo probably doesn't care too much about the investors as long as they are generally happy. Diablo has a king that goes off the deep end, ends up being killed by his most loyal knights. Yeah, probably because his most loyal knights were loyal to the kingdom and not the king. It's why in Game of Thrones, it's why I thought that Varys should have been king. I love Nintendo, but Nintendo also does shady shit. But this isn't one of the shady things, though. You're not wrong, but I don't think this is one of the shady things. I think this is them, like you said, trying to keep a stranglehold on what it is that they have, especially when there's the potential of them losing it to Saudi Arabian investors. No disrespect to Saudi Arabia, but once you say Saudi Arabian investors bought stake in a controlling stake in a company, I have giant concerns. I'm sorry, Ubisoft. I don't care how much I like X Defiant. All the disrespect. A company doing something scummy or shady. Yeah, the sky is blue. So was that Octorok. To an extent, Nintendo seems to have you invest because you believe in me, not to make me believe in you. Investors can say many things, but Nintendo seems to act on their own final call. Ubisoft is literally just Rayman to me. Ubisoft to me is Mario. What is it? What are they? The Mario and Rabbids and X Defiant. And I guess they're technically the Star Wars game. Oh, it's Castor Wives. Nasty place filled with dark and mire. And there's an element waiting for us here. So this place was a bad case of future remembering. I don't know if I have like playing forward in the game. I don't know if there's an actual term for this. I knew that here. This was one of the times I played the game a little while back. I knew you need the boots for here. You need to be, or the whatever it is that makes you run fast. You need that for here. You won't get the trigger to get to the speed thing until you do this. Now, even if you know where to go, it won't trigger until you do that. And because I knew, all right, well, I can't go through the wilds without through the swamp without going and getting this thing, I tried to go get the thing and I couldn't find it, not realizing that you have to do this first. Ubisoft was Assassin's Creed, Rayman, Beyond Good and Evil. Hey, Ronan, I hear a rumor they're making another one, Beyond Good and Evil. We're going to have to find some way to get across safely. Yeah, so now that will allow the trigger for getting the speed running thing. I forget if it's boots in this game. I don't think it's boots. Oh, it's the shoes. It's the hold on. It's the shoes from the guy in the town. Now I do the town stuff. Yeah, it's an old game. It's an old game. I understand that that's how this stuff worked back then. They had these little triggers that you had to look into. This guy. Yeah, because he nods off. And so I need... Yeah, this is just a byproduct of old game design. That's right. Even some human objects are portals to the Minish world. These Minish may not look like much, but they're quite crafty. Wow, that was hurtful to the Minish. Wait, you're Minish. Why did he say that? You're Minish. He didn't hear the pot flipping over. Hello. I'm the one. You're the one who brought me along. You're on a quest to help the princess, aren't you? I wish I could go on a quest, but then who'd make Rem's shoes for him? You need Pegasus boots? We're in time. We just made a pair while he was sleeping. Nearly impossible to wake. If you wake him, you'll need to get an item from Syrup's hut. It's a little bit of a trek, but we'll mark it on the map for you. Oh, later, Jav. Have a good one. Self-loathing. In Las Vegas? Over there. Okay. Oh, no, he can't leave. Oh, I get it, because he's saying honk shoe. Oh, because he's a shoe guy. I'm so tired. I want to sleep. Yeah, I got 5 hours of sleep last night because I was up until 1 playing. I was up until 1 playing E33, and then I woke up at 6. Hello there. Oh wait, is this OG Beetle? Oh, why hello there. Thanks for coming by. I sell all kinds of Picolite. I just put it in your bottle and good stuff happens when you drink it. Oh. All right, so now I go that way. Bye. This game takes a lot visually from Wind Waker. Is that the first Beetle? Is that Beetle the very first time? Beetle showed up in Skyward Sword, which took place before this game. No. Flip. Chronologically from game releases. Like, is this the first game that had Beetle in it? Yeah, not timeline-wise. Timeline-wise, everything is... Skyward Sword is everything first. What was the first game that had him in it? Beetle was in Wind Waker. This game came out after Wind Waker? That is kind of surprising to me. Wind Waker was before Minish Cap. Okay, all right. Wind Waker came first. What? So Wind Waker was the first time for him? Ryan, have you been here? Well, I know you were sick, but I know you are sick. But, Hyrule Castle, Hyrule Town, Minish Woods. I think I have to go up to get to the Minish Woods from here in order to get to Syrup's Hut. Minish Cap was a later GBA title. Okay, so maybe that's why I'm misremembering it. Thank you. I need that as an audio clip. Oh, I had to help my dad with a small furniture thing. It took longer than expected. No problem. Thank you. Oh. Oh, does she have the next wallet? I forget who has the next wallet. Well, oh wait. Welcome to the adventurous spring. I have need of many rupees. There's a lot of Gunpla I want to get. Have you seen that PG new Gundam? Amazing. Please throw all of yours into the spring. Really? You know that if you do this, you will have absolutely no rupees left, right? Will you really throw them all in? You are most kind. I do not really need your rupees. I have only fairies for that. But I must reward such a kind adventurer with some of my power. Yeah, okay, there we go. We got the bigger wallet. Awesome. Now you can carry more rupees. May light shine on your quest. And she dipped. All right. There are literally rupees in the grass. Just go outside. Wood. Wood. Oh, look, I found kinstone pieces in the grass. Yeah, it sure makes it awesome when I find them in treasure chests. What game was the first to have the great fairies be cash whores? Link to the Past? Link to the Past, you paid the fairy for bomb and arrow upgrades. I think that was the first instance of you paying the fairies. You don't have five rupees? Meanwhile, Breath of the Wild fairies are like, yeah, I'll take them all. Then she basically goes back to her kit building. Capcom Zelda just takes a lot of visual inspiration from the 3D Zeldas. Oracle of Seasons and Time. Ages. Oracle of Seasons is Ocarina of Time. Oracle of Ages is Majora's Mask. And this is Wind Waker. No. Can I do it? No. This isn't Wind Waker. This is Minish Cap. Give me your money and a little sugar. What was it? Ocarina? What's the one that has the weird scream? What was the one that where the fairies screamed all weird? All right, that's where I'm going. The hut right there. That was Ocarina, right? Oh! I was like, what? I don't know why I wasn't expecting that. But here we are. Okay, hold on. I think I have to go up. I have to go up and back down. I tapped them better than grinding out rupees. I like the Breath of the Wild fairies though. I like that they had some variety. I got a kick out of them. Oh, here we go. I think I have to go through this is where I go through the ranch. Whoa. Yeah, because he's looking for his key. Get out of my way! No way he boxed me in there. So I need... Hold on. There we go. Breath of the Wild fairies are so diverse and full of personality. Like, I like them. Yeah, her scream sounds like a horror film scream. All right. Let me help find this guy's key. What can I pilfer? I kind of wish you just opened the door. Maybe this year maybe this year is going to be a Breath of the Wild stream. Maybe I'll actually get down to try and stream Breath of the Wild. I don't know how I'm supposed to beat Water Blight Ganon when Shrine Trial Guardians are kicking my ass. Easy. Dodging. Tell me your name, Sonny. Maybe. That's a great name. Think about Breath of the Wild. Switch 2 with the boost. Is Tears of the Kingdom too big? Is Tears of the Kingdom too big? Tears of the Kingdom is too big if you can't control yourself. And I don't say that as an insult. Some people see a big giant game and they got to explore all of it. If you can rein it in and pick and choose the things that you like doing and do those things and focus yourself, I think it's fine. I would think it was too big if you didn't know what to do. When you get to a certain point at the beginning of the game, it's going to do the same thing Breath of the Wild did. Here are the 4 shrines. This is where you have to go. If you can focus on that and do a few extra things, no problem. If you are somebody that needs to explore everything and find everything and do everything, it's probably going to be a bit too large for most people. That being said, there are people that like putting 500 hours into a single game and exploring the whole map. It's definitely Lake Hylia. It's definitely an opinion-based question with an opinion-based answer, but I think most people get fatigued out of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know anybody other than the people who do it for the sake of doing it, like to say that they did it, right? The 900 Korok seeds. Like, there's no reason to do that. Wait, what? Maybe. That's his name, AGM? Yeah, it's not the size. It's the sky and depths are a pain in the ass to navigate. I really hate trying to do them and honestly, do anything in them, honestly. So I got super annoyed with playing Tears of the Kingdom quickly. The same issue with Mario Odyssey is too big if you max out the moons. But besides some fanfare if you do, most aren't expected to ever do that. I still haven't beaten Tears just because I'm exhausted with open worlds. Yeah, so like I loved exploring the depths. I thought that was I like exploring. So I had no problem just exploring the map for exploration's sake. I didn't find all of the wells. I didn't find all of the creatures in the cave, I think. I didn't do... What's the guy that collects, like, Twilight stuff? It's like the big balloon and it's only there at night. I didn't do all of that. Like, there's a ton of things I did not do in Tears of the Kingdom because there's just too much of it. But I found all of the Korok seeds for my upgrades. I did that in Breath of the Wild. I don't remember if I did that in Tears. Like, I didn't find all of anything in Tears of the Kingdom, I think, because it's just so much of it. And if you were like someone with impulse control problem, if you were somebody that couldn't do that, yeah, it's probably too big for you. Or you're going to play the game for 800 hours. I think there's... How tranquil. And these cows look so... Wait, what? The farming is a real issue in Tears of the Kingdom. Getting materials, charging the energy, getting the price, getting the pieces. It's just a lot of farming in Tears of the Kingdom that makes me say, no, Zelda is an RPG. I'm feeling that tedium. There are ways to avoid some of that stuff. Oh, yeah. There are ways to avoid some of that stuff so that you don't have to do all of it. Like finding weapons and everything, I didn't really have a problem with it. I found a bunch of those like the gems and stuff. By the time I had a bunch of those gems, I used to use those to upgrade my weapons or like build better ones. Has a lot of problems that Breath of the Wild just didn't have that turned me off of it super fast, and I played a ton of Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I had a bunch of resources and everything, but it was because I explored so much. All right, so we're going to Syrup's Hut. That should be this way. Ah, damn it. No, I think this is the wrong way. This is the wrong... No, wait, is it here? Is this Syrup's? Yeah. Oh, no, this isn't Syrup. This is the other dude. My master Stock... Yeah, this is Stockwell's place. Hold on. I still feel Breath of the Wild is a better overall game than Tears of the Kingdom. That's so interesting. What makes you think that Breath of the Wild is better than Tears of the Kingdom? I'm genuinely curious. That's kind of how I feel about a lot of that stuff in Tears of the Kingdom. Exploring rewards you, but also not... You're also not punished if you don't do a ton of it. It's more focused. So you feel like, for Marcos anyway, you feel like having less stuff allows you to focus better on the game. You don't have to build a bunch of kooky contraptions, right? You're not making wild vehicles to get around the places. Even though I couldn't get into either, I like Tears of the Kingdom better for the building and area variety. All right. Oh, okay. So I have to go up here. I technically don't have an issue with it, but when doing it, even revisiting my recordings, when me and Greg did the podcast, I could tell this will be a make or break. All right, we'll go this way. It's a lot more steps to do similar things. Yeah, the building doesn't feel rewarding for how much the game expects you to do it. Resource management is super key in Tears of the Kingdom, even though I don't want it to be. The new powers have a lot less utility. They focus very heavily on building stuff, and if you don't like the building stuff, I think that's the I think not liking the building is more of an issue than the size and scope of the game. Because Breath of the Wild had a similar size and scope, just without the... Well, I guess it had a whole... I guess Breath of the Wild is about 30% the size of Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, it's more focused. Tears of the Kingdom is a great game, but it does too much to try to keep the player's attention. I found navigating the world with my base skills much more satisfying than having to build all my solutions. Once I understood building something and then saving it as a design, that was all I ever did. I had a handful of designs, and that was all I ever needed to have. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the building and the two new areas being a pain to deal with, to me, are what turned me off very quickly. The rest of the game is just Breath of the Wild's map, but again. So I went, no, I'm good. I mean, I love the under area. I know that the dark thing is kind of a pain in the ass, which I guess it's supposed to be, but I did really like the depths. I wish there was more sky stuff, if I'm being honest with you. I really thought that the sky stuff should have been more prominent. You know what I would have been happy with, Ryan? And tell me if you would have been happy with this too. I would have been happy with a full sky map and then underground areas peppered together. I would have been happier with a much larger sky map and then depths. Like, I didn't hate the depths, so it's kind of hard for me to say that. I guess I'm just asking what you think about that. What if the sky map was full? And so they were like large Skyward Sword level islands in the air that were gigantic areas. And then every once in a while, there was an underground area that was dark, and it was a sizable area, but it was not the whole interconnected map. I need to go back to finish the game, but I have to restart the playthrough. Uh-oh. All right, so we can go back. I have to swim to that. The sky's also a pain to deal with to me, since it's hard to gain height if I want it. If the game isn't built around flight, if the game isn't built around flight, I'd rather not have a sky area. Yeah, like getting height. I was getting height just fine because I made it a point to create a hot air balloon that accelerates fast and had rockets on it to get me all the way up there. Like, I did that. Oh, damn it. No, I'm going to miss it. Damn it. There's also no interesting landmarks in Tears of the Kingdom. In Breath of the Wild, you had a town you can build up. There was that Coliseum where you can always get elemental weapons. Even the DLC had a bike, which is a massive help when it comes to exploring. You didn't do special horse. Ronan, you didn't build the town special house. Yeah, in Breath of the Wild, you had a town you could build up. There was a special horse that showed up at night. You didn't do the house. You didn't build the house in Tears of the Kingdom. I did. I love that thing. Tears of the Kingdom was without a doubt an improved and expanded Breath of the Wild, but because of that, it asked more than Breath of the Wild did, and some people just don't. No, AGM. Some people just don't like trying. That needs sarcasm. I don't think it's that some people don't like trying. I think they just don't want to have to. And I will agree to that. I will agree that I did the house in Breath of the Wild. I will agree that if you don't want to do it, fine, but you kind of have to do it. And that's why I said when I was talking about E33, I said one of the obstacles for E33 for players is probably going to be the parrying and dodging system. Because if you don't like those kind of mechanics, too bad. You kind of need to do them. There are fights where it's almost mandatory that there is actually one fight that it is mandatory to do that stuff. But even when you get to like the later boss fights, if you're not dodging and parrying and you're not doing it well, you better have some sort of godlike build that you saw online. Yeah, it is really parry or dodge or die in many parts of that game. So I think that's what Tears of the Kingdom's issue is. I think Tears of the Kingdom is, yeah, they give you a lot of resources to do these things, to do the things that you're trying to do. But if you don't like doing those things, you're not going to have a good time because you have to do that. You have to build things with the Ultra Hand. Big issue is that it was almost too empty with a few ways to get around. So Tears of the Kingdom was like, here's more stuff to do and ways to do it. Which at least for me, I felt worked really well because you liked engaging in the system. You liked engaging in that system, and a lot of people didn't. A lot of people were just, I don't want to do this, which I had no problem with it. Like somebody mentioned the motorcycle that they added in Breath of the Wild, but you can just build a vehicle in Tears of the Kingdom, and then you save the pattern, and then whenever you need to build a vehicle, you just plop the pattern out. Like I had no problem with that, but some people don't like it. Highguard is shutting down on March 12th. Well, can't say we didn't see that coming. From the half I played, even dodge isn't that helpful for playing. You must parry or suffer battles dragging 10 times longer. Lilac, you can dodge to avoid getting hit, and it has a larger window when you press the dodge button versus the parry button. You have a larger window, so it's easier to dodge, but you won't counterattack. There is at least one fight in E33 where you have to parry because your only opportunity to attack is countering with a parry. It is at least it outlasted Concord. Yeah, but that uses resources. The motorcycle is just the motorcycle that you have. You just plain have. Oh wait, now hold on. Now I'm gonna get annoying. Now. In Breath of the Wild, do you just plain have it, or did you have to pay cash money for it? I forget. I know there was like they added some stuff and then there was a paid DLC, but I don't remember how you get the motorcycle. Cause is the motorcycle not a paid DLC item? The bike was a paid item. It was tied to the DLC, so it's not really equal to call it that. What I will say, though, is if you hate traveling in Breath of the Wild, first of all, there's fast travel. Second, if you do what I did, you just fast travel, and then you hop off the tower, and you just glide to wherever you're going. Oh, wait, where am I going? I think I'm going this way. Yeah, and that's part of the paid DLC, so I'm gonna give it flack for that. That's why I say that Breath of the Wild does not have a travel mechanic other than fast travel. I can't count the motorcycle because you literally have to pay for the motorcycle. Don't get swamp ass, Greg. I'll get swamp ass and well, I won't like it. Maybe you'll like it? I don't know. You have to earn it for doing the paid DLC. But the point is, I just have the bike and I don't constantly build it. Use resources, run out of energy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The game has too many steps for doing something Breath of the Wild did better. I like the horses way better than building a car in Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, I like that. I did like that there was kind of a point to the horse, even though I did all the fast travel stuff. So the horse ended up being pointless relatively quickly. What's weird is I normally hate building stuff in games, but the way Tears of the Kingdom did it, I liked because it felt like it really allowed for some creative solutions I'd never try in other games. Here's the difference. The bike in Breath of the Wild is a permanent thing that requires very few resources. The vehicle you build in Tears of the Kingdom requires specific resources and is on a timer, so you have to keep spending that resource to respawn the vehicle to explore. Not if you don't lose the vehicle. I traveled the depths there were large swaths of the depths that I traveled with the same vehicle. You might have to let it recharge, but yeah, you don't have to keep building it over and over again if you take care of it. Real warriors walk everywhere. I did like you got to get cool horses though. Although Breath of the Wild kind of pissed me off because my favorite horse they didn't let me keep. And I actually didn't like that. I was kind of pissed off. I can get up here, I think. Oh, the Goron guys. No, by the time you get the bike, there's no real use for the bike outside of doing tricks. Oh, yeah, you're right. Hold on. Wait now. Yeah, I do have kind of a gripe with that with the bike because you said it yourself, Ryan. You have to you don't just buy the bike and you have it. You have to buy the DLC for the bike and then you have to do a bunch of stuff. So you don't actually get the bike right in the beginning for buying the DLC. Yeah, the bike is endgame. Okay. I used it for so much exploring. Assuming you save the exploration, which means you know that the bike is coming. Yeah, there is kind of a difference. Still better than what I described to build up. Yes. Ryan. And like I said, if you don't like the building, you're not going to like the building. Like there's nothing's going to make you like the building in that game if you don't like it. Ryan, I'm just saying that it's not If we were making this comparison with another franchise, we would point out that you're paying for that motorcycle. You're not getting that motorcycle for free. So I'm going to be fair to Legend of Zelda, and I'm going to call it out. And I'm going to say, no, you're paying for that. It is a better system. It is a better device, but you are paying for it. You only have to do those steps once, because then you can auto build again in Tears of the Kingdom. Use the build as an accessory, not a requirement. Yeah, Breath of the Wild wasn't even built for the bike's speed too. So you would hit many load walls. Oh, really? I bought that DLC, but I never actually used it because I didn't play the game again. Hey, Syrup. Yeah, welcome back. Care for some of Granny's homemade blue potion? One sip and you're full of energy. Please look around. A fine choice, my dear. That's a limited time article. One whiff and you're wide awake. That is why it's called the wake up mushroom. I'm sorry, I don't name things very well. Just face the sleepy snoozer and press R. That'll pop his eyes right open. I thought she said out. The bike is the perfect example to differentiate both games. Breath of the Wild's bike is just a bike that needs fuel and requires you a straightforward pattern, while Tears of the Kingdom makes you craft the bike. It's an extra step alongside multiple ways to transportation. It's why I make the hand-holding joke. The problem comes with the open discourse again. I didn't build houses and stuff, but mid-boss fight against the Gliok, I built a quick tower to catapult myself. Executor, are you telling me in the middle of a Gliok fight you started cranking 90s? More steps shouldn't automatically, at least to me, make something worse, especially if having more steps gives you infinitely more options. No, I don't mind having more steps if it's a better device, and if I'm not paying for it. And you are kind of paying for it in Breath of the Wild. Hell yeah. You imagine you're playing Breath of the Wild, you just start cranking 90s. Let's play Tears of the Kingdom, no builds. All right, so we got the mushroom. So now we should be able to go back and get the boots. What time? Oh my God. Wow, we've only been streaming for an hour? That's insane. This sucks because now I have to download the whole stream. Now I have to download both streams and add them to YouTube. Well, I have to download them and then merge them. Over here. Over here. Excuse me. I was promised a sword that breaks rocks. Hello? If anything, the bike is a very crappy reward, because even in Breath of the Wild, for pay rewards, you're 100 times better with the Guardian Horse armor that gives them a teleportation. I had the Ganondorf horse, the really big one, and I think I named them Ginger Snaps. I had Zelda's horse, the white one. I think I had a horse that looked like Epona, and I was actually kind of pissed off about this. I had one of those skeletal horses that appears at night. And when I went to the stable to put it away, because they disappear after you get off of them and after the sun comes up, I went to the stable and they won't let you keep it. You couldn't keep the skeletal horse. I was like, wait, that's my favorite horse in the game. And they wouldn't let me keep it. Disappointing. I found a black and white spotted horse, called her Nabisco. I like that. I wanted to get the Smash Link amiibo since that one has Epona. Yeah, I think I kept like a tan horse that looked like Epona. Yeah. Oh, you woke me up. Thanks. I just remembered I have something urgent to do. I have to tap these shoes 4 times. There are more new shoes. You probably won't believe this, but I have a strange habit of making shoes in my sleep. So you must have come here because you want some of my shoes, right? Tell you what, because you were nice enough to wake me up, you can have them. Hold on a sec, though. I just want to finish this one last bit. Epona being tied to an amiibo is also kind of trash. Did we just force feed a mushroom to somebody? No, we threw it on him. Walking on air. All right. Yeah, it was four taps. The king asked me to make some shoes for Princess Zelda, you see. Thanks for waking me up. Come back if you ever if I can ever help with shoe problems. I don't think we ever come back either. Yeah, see, I need an updated version of the game that the running is just on. It's just a button on its own. Dashing should always be a dedicated button. And you should have your sword out. Oh, wait. Hold on. I said that and it just reminded me. I hate the amiibo. I hated the amiibo stuff in both games because they both locked out content that people like myself would have wanted. What did Breath of the Wild lock out with the amiibo? With that said, I'm currently playing through Tears slowly. Yeah, what did Breath of the Wild lock out? I used amiibo for Breath of the Wild and it just like dropped stuff on the ground for me. Several tunics and Wolf Link. It locked out tunic. Did it lock out tunics? You know, do those steps once because you can auto build again in Tears of the Kingdom after you do it. Which to be fair is different than I don't like this system. Yeah, if you still don't like the system, you still don't like it. Tears of the Kingdom just locks out some patterns on your hand glider. Epona, Wolf Link, and the retro tunics in Breath of the Wild. What did you need? What did you need for the tunics? Because I had a classic Link tunic, and I found it in the game. I'm pretty sure I found that in the game. Because the only Zelda amiibo that I have, the only Legend of Zelda amiibo I have are Wind Waker Link, Toon Link. That's the only Zelda amiibo that I have that's open. All right. Oh, damn it. I was supposed to come here and get the other weapon. Certain amiibos, it's random to get it to drop. Classic Link is 100% Shrine Completion Award. Yeah, you don't need the amiibo for that. I didn't use the amiibo, and I got the thing for that. I should just put my game in, and we can look at it. All right, this is where I run, and I have my sword sticking out. You have to change the date on your Switch and keep trying until the chest with the tunic drop. No, I'm pretty sure it's in the game. Hold on. What is the reward? There's an area, I think it's, what were the ninja guys? The ninja guys with the bananas. It was not. It's not. You can get Classic Link and Dark Link. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Classic Link, not Wolf Link. I'm thinking of Classic Link. Isn't Classic Link in the game? The Yiga. Remember that canyon that had all the Yiga, and then there's like a temple or like an old ruins at the end of it or something? Isn't there Classic Link outfit in there? Yeah, I'm not thinking of Wolf Link. I'm thinking of Classic Link. Because I'm pretty sure I have that outfit. In Tears, maybe? Maybe it's in Tears? Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, and the other one is blocked. Breath of the Wild has some tunics in the base game. See, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom, you can find them all. Now he's going to give me the Tiger Scroll. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, it's Hero of the Wild. Is that what it was called? I mean, okay. Next to a giant statue after completing all 120 shrines. Which I also did. Which, by the way, if you are playing Breath of the Wild, if for anybody out there that's playing Breath of the Wild and is going to complete all 120 shrine quests, if you need a guide, check my YouTube channel. I actually do have a guide that I put up there not long after the game came out. Shield myself a little. Haha. Oh, wait. I have to go. Oh, I can do. Nudge, nudge. No, right there. Oh, okay. So it's up there. I only have so much time on his Mortal Coil, and 70% is spent on Final Fantasy 14. That's your fault. Oh, and one of the reasons is worse because it adds more steps. The bike is a bike alone. It's fine. To the king, you can make a car, robots, which doesn't make it. Yeah, but you keep saying that, Dragon. But the problem is that if you don't like the building at all, it doesn't matter. Like I get that. I get that people don't want to build everything over and over again. But some people didn't like building it the first time, which I didn't really think it was that much of a problem. But I also am not everybody. So if somebody has a problem with it, it just kind of sucks. You see me all the time, right? Oh, I don't really like this game. Why? Because you have to have tea parties. Well, you don't have to have tea parties, sure, but if I don't, I miss a bunch of things, and now I feel bad. or I'm playing a worse version of the game. Haha! I love this area for the music. Interactive map for efficient runs. I stand by this hint. Sell the stones in Breath of the Wild, rubies, sapphires, and diamonds. Sell them. The money is better than the accessories. The more poking fun at the idea, it's fundamentally worse, but not bad. No, I don't think it's. I don't think anybody. To be fair to everybody saying it, I don't think anybody's saying it's fundamentally worse. I think they're saying they don't like it better. I mean, there's going to be some people that think it's just overall a worse game, but and yeah, I guess people are kind of saying that, but I feel like they like that game better. Yeah, I don't think it's a particularly worse game. I think it is a worse game for individual people. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, like some people are. Some people are probably, not saying here, I'm just saying some people are probably saying, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is a step back. And I don't think it's a step back. I just think that if you don't like those systems, you won't like it better. Yeah, okay, yeah, everybody's saying that. Well, I just mean, Dragon, I just mean that some people are saying that. Some people, there are people out there that are like, Tears of the Kingdom is a worse game because it's less focused. And I think most people are saying they just don't like it as much as Breath of the Wild because it's less focused. Oh, I hit him. Ah. Kinstone piece. Right? I just don't like this system. There you go. This is a good example here. Kinstone system. Is it the most atrocious thing ever? No. Does it make Minish Cap a dramatically worse game because of it? No. But do I think it's obnoxious and unnecessary? Yes. I think the Kinstone system is stupid. It's just my point. Yeah, so it's funny to hear you say, well, yeah, because Dragon, even I heard it. I don't think I can affect those yet. No, okay. Green crystals, anybody? Whoa. This way. If you don't like the mechanics, you're not going to want to engage with the game Majora's Mask side quest emphasis on with the game Majora's Mask side quest emphasis and time limit. Yeah, I can't stand it. Majora's Mask is a game I don't like. I understand what it's trying to do, and if you like those kind of mechanics, that's fine. I do not like that game. It's just not interesting to me to have to do that. Oh, haha. I want to sell you arrows, but you don't have a bow. Come back later. All right. Well, at least he kind of told me what I have to do here. Because I don't think they actually tell you what you have to do here. I didn't play Majora's Mask for the longest for that reason, and when I played it, I like it better than Ocarina now. I think about the Sonic Frontiers if it had just been more consistent. Oh, okay. This way. What's this? Majora's Mask is to Silver what the whip is to Dracula. Wait, what? I like Majora's Mask if I'm playing with a guide. The tricky ultimately goes with modern disc. The tricky goes modern discourse where somehow I like this isn't enough. It needs to become a statement to the whole fan base. My issue is that there's no moderation anymore. I can't kind of like something or kind of not like something. It either has to be the best or worst thing ever. That's my issue. Like, all right, you don't like this or you like this, that's totally fine. It doesn't mean that you liking one thing means you hate everything else. And it doesn't mean that I like this game equals it's the greatest game ever, and if you don't agree, you're wrong. Every time I go to Majora's Mask, I have a great time, but I have to be in the mood for it. Ocarina, I can go back and finish any time and finish it. Meanwhile, I like Sonic Frontiers better just by the simple fact that Sonic runs fast, and I don't like how slow Link is in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Then there's Kingdom Hearts. Screw it. The franchise is stupid enough. Wait. This franchise is stupid enough to care. Oh, how the industry is outside of Nintendo acts. If you don't universally love something, they won't make it again for 29 years. Mario 35. I mean, that's been gaming as long as I know it. That's going back to the 90s. Like, it didn't used to be. I don't know. Maybe we just engaged in it differently because we were younger. I didn't feel like it used to be that. Can I do this? Nope, that doesn't work. Star Fox is universally loved. I don't know. Does this work? Okay. All right, fine. Yeah, I'll do it this way. According to the internet, if you like something, you hate everything else. I mean, that is true. All right, I was trying to be cheeky and do this in a fun way, but screw it. We're just hit him with a sword. Hey, a bow. That feels random. It didn't used to feel like that because we didn't have access to others outside of our own groups. Now we see the global opinions. Why was it always like this? Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. It's just, you know, we never had access to this many opinions. I would have laughed if that was a kinstone. I would have turned the stream off if that was a kinstone. Although we're probably going to turn the stream off soon anyway. What is it, 3:34? I'll go till 4. Let's see if I can finish out this swamp area. Let's see if I can get through the swamp area before 4 o'clock. So I got another 25 minutes or so. So that's all right. So that's the bow. Nope. I need that. Who would have heard yelling and cursing anyway? There we go. All right. So then we do. Nope. Ow! Like, dear God! Stay down there. I I love the end of your streams because that means that work is almost over for me. Damn, I thought you were going to say you love the end of my streams because that means you don't have to listen to me anymore. To which I was going to say, true. All right, well, this is just... Oh, that's that. I'd be hopping mad if someone shot me in the eye with a bow. Yeah, and I wasn't dead. You shoot me with that bow, you better kill me. Otherwise, it's going to just kind of hurt a lot, and I don't want it to do that. Just quick on Nintendo Direct. I wish indies had more set release dates, if not straight up drops on the store. Because while Nintendo treats them better than ours, they get forgotten after the event. Kind of just catch the end of streams now because of schedules. Oh, the end of your streams is also usually Rivals time. Yeah, I do gotta get I gotta get my rounds for Rivals in today. I forget if I think I. What the? I think I played a round this morning. No, I didn't. I jumped right into E33 this morning, so I didn't do my dailies. Nope. What? Oh, can I guess I can't push this yet? Do I still play Rivals? Yeah, I'm back on Rivals for a little while. Oh, though my body may perish, I'm still the true master swordsman Hybrid. If you train with me, I'll teach you skills that are out of this world. Seems like you're not ready. Oh, yeah, you have to come back after you get all the other stuff. Hold on. Give me a minute. Let me run to the restroom, and then when I come back, we'll get through the rest of the swamp here. Back in the day, it was easy to say, well, we didn't hear or feel that because you tended to hang out with people who share your interests. Now we more clearly see the other side. Yeah, and the worst sides. Sees the corpse get dismembered. Wasn't that spooky? Next Zelda game going to be called Tears of the Wild. Chat, Uncle is late. Shave off his eyebrows. Whoa, you don't have trimmers that strong. That way? Yeah. You can hear the swamp kind of start to take over. Ah. Okay. Yeah, this game needs a controller update because the switching back and forth is kind of tedious. Tears of the Tears. We'll do like a Zelda name mashup one day so we can figure out the greatest potential Zelda game ever. Apparently one of the things said about the future of Zelda is the team wants to incorporate encore stuff from games like Age of Calamity and Imprisonment, which can mean a lot of things. It could be exciting. Tears of the fan base. Kia, that could be a lot of games. I don't know. That doesn't clarify it enough. That could be a lot of games. Yeah, incorporate. Haha. All right, there goes the second one. Oh. About to say, I think I'm stuck. Oh, yeah. So now let's do this. Hope they give fans a talky sidekick that everyone hates. That's Zelda lore right now. That's like mandatory for Zelda games. Oh, okay. What is the next Legend of Zelda obnoxious character going to be? What do we think it's going to be? We already did a fairy. We've already done let's see, there was the dummy thick mystical being, which was Midna, that turned into a wolf. There was Fi, or Fi, whatever it's called. Zelda herself, a talking bottle. See, a Cucco just sounds right. I feel like a Cucco or a Cucco sounds right. A talking Korok. Ooh. Well, the Korok already talks, so. Oh yeah, no, it was Link that turned into a wolf. Yeah, you're right. My bad. This game's Ezlo from Assassin's Creed. An enchanted sack named Babbles. See, okay, secret boss. Now we're on the right track. An enchanted sack named Babbles. Sophie was the spirit of the Master Sword, right? So we already did the Master Sword. We did the hat. Do we just go Link La Link and give him a talking outfit? Give him a whole outfit. Make the tunic talk. Talking mask. Oh, a talking mask actually fits with the theme. It'll be like Mir. Is it Mir from God of War? Oh, it's Zelda's 40th anniversary. I think they'll go back to Fairy again. I don't think Zelda's 40th anniversary plays into anything because they couldn't even say happy birthday. Ymir. Yeah, okay. Why have it be magic? Why not have it be the male? No. Secret, you got to have a companion that comes with you. I don't think they'll do a full-size human that comes with you. All right, I don't remember where the last one is. Yeah, I don't think they'll do a full-size human that comes with you. It's got to be something small that hangs on you. That's why I like a talking outfit. Why not have it be Zelda? They've done the Zelda thing before. It's got to be new. Where for the purposes of the conversation, it has to be a new thing. And they've done Zelda as the companion before. Yeah, like or hate Spirit Tracks, it happened. Have it be a hot Fire Emblem looking Zelda from the new games this time. Just Linkle. Is this the last one? All right, this is the last one. They didn't say anything about Zelda's 30th anniversary, 35th anniversary. until a summer direct where they announced Skyward Sword HD and a Game & Watch. And Marcos, I said this when it happened. I said this when they announced that stuff before. I am not fully convinced that Skyward Sword was even an anniversary thing. I'm not convinced that they said, oh, it's the 35th anniversary, let's redo Skyward Sword. I feel like the plan was to redo Skyward Sword, and it happened to coincide with the 30th anniversary. The only thing I think they did for the 35th anniversary, the only thing I think they did for 35th is the Game & Watch. Yeah, I don't believe that, because people say, and I remember this. I remember when it happened, and people said, oh, no, they did Skyward Sword. Like you said, they did Skyward Sword and the Game & Watch. I'm like, no, I think they just did the Game & Watch. I don't count Skyward Sword for what they did there. Have Ganondorf as the travel companion. He's disguised as a helper until the end where he gets the Triforce of Power and you have to fight him. That's not a bad idea. That's actually a pretty decent idea. They teased it in Hyrule Story. The next Zelda games take place in modern times. They showed us art for modern day Link and modern day Medley. Oh, Medley from Wind Waker. No, I don't want that. I don't want that because I don't like the implication that The Legend of Zelda takes place in our past. I don't want it to have any sort of future version of it. I'll still play it, but they said they did Skyward Sword for the anniversary themselves. Yeah, and I don't know that I buy that. If they say it, they say it. I just don't buy it. Time travel Link via Epona, his bike. It's like the Mario 40th now. You think Mario Tennis and Yoshi the Mysterious Book are worthy anniversary titles? No, what do they have to do with the anniversary? They just happen to be there at that time. Wait, what? Oh, is that a thing I can get? How do I get up there? That one. Yeah, trust the dev's vision. Don't agree with what they said. Nah, I don't trust it. Nope. I think we've also already learned that devs oftentimes are full of crap. I think it's fair to not completely trust what they say because sometimes they are very blatantly full of crap. Yeah, those games are going to happen regardless. Which doesn't take anything away from them. That's not to say, oh, these games are garbage. Ah. All right, were there more of those? More of these 20s? Actually, see, this is the problem again. I don't want to get more rupees because I'm going to run out of space. Here. I'm actually looking forward to Yoshi and the funny pages. All right, all right. I'd love a cyberpunk Zelda. Futuristic looking Zelda game would be awesome. Would you rather have a Legend of Zelda set in a future time, in a futuristic looking time, or what we consider modern times? The idea was that Link time travel. Yeah, I think I read that. Same with the Galaxy re-releases. They're just convenient games that coincide with a movie, and they can slap a sticker that says 40 years. I wouldn't mind either for Zelda. Oh, that's interesting that people are kind of open to it. All right, so this is how we got through here. I'm trying to think if I want to do this now. 3:49. It's 3:49, so we'll go to 4 o'clock. I think we can get these done. This one. Come over here. Like a really badass DMC futuristic kind of Zelda. We're talking about how Nintendo plans out their releases very carefully, and they go, I don't buy that they lined that it lined up like this somehow. I guess. I don't know. I guess, Dragon. If I'm being called out, then I'm being called out. I don't know. It just sounds like BS to me. You know why it sounds like BS? Because nothing about the game indicates that it's meant to be a 40th celebration or a 35th celebration with Skyward Sword. There's nothing about it that makes it sound like it's a celebratory thing. Sonic Generations, for instance, was a celebratory game, and you could tell the whole purpose of the game was that it crossed generations. Like thematically, it made sense that it was an anniversary thing. It to me just doesn't feel like there's any what is anniversary about Skyward Sword? It's not like it's the anniversary of Skyward Sword. Unless it was. Maybe it lined up. Maybe it did line up for that. That's my issue. It just doesn't feel like that. And it feels like corporate speak. And let's be honest here. We're not going to act like corporate speak doesn't exist. And they don't just say a bunch of things to make everybody feel better. Skyward Sword Timeline was the first Zelda game. And that would make sense. Except they kind of keep beating us over the head with the idea that timelines didn't matter in Zelda. Oh, we released it as an anniversary game because it's the 25th anniversary of whatever, of Zelda. But timelines don't matter. Like, all right, well, get your story straight. Is it the first game in the timeline as a celebratory thing, or does it not matter? And fans do the same thing. Every time you bring up Zelda timelines or something, everybody loses their mind. No, the dev said it doesn't mean anything. All right, fine. Then they need to act like it doesn't mean anything. Why are you even bothering with a Hyrule Historia and continuity if you're going to flat out say that it doesn't mean anything? Why do I remember there being more statues here? Are there more statues after this? Yeah, there are. Okay. Skyward Sword being prequel versus Sonic Generations celebrating the series history. Because money. So the fans screamed about how they don't agree with Nintendo timeline opinions, man. This is our timeline. If you don't agree with the we accept that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like anybody would disagree. Like, did people disagree with the order of the timeline? Was that the problem? Oh, yeah, I have to do this. Its original release was meant to be a celebratory anniversary game on the Wii, but the Switch release was an afterthought by comparison. Yeah, and I should be clear. We're talking about the Skyward Sword remaster. I'm not talking about the original game. I'm talking about the remaster as an anniversary plot device. It's a shame too because the Switch version was much better. I still haven't gotten it. Ow. I still don't have the Skyward Sword remaster. I should have that though. I didn't fully hate that game. Hot take: Zelda timeline is the worst thing Nintendo could have done. I don't know why I didn't beat those guys up before, but here we are. Skyward Sword had some annoying parts, but it's all right. Yeah, I didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was annoying having to go back to the same place again, and Okay. So I think collecting the tears. Oh yeah, first guy. I was about to say Tears of the Kingdom. All right, so we have to go in and turn it off. Turn it off. Can I turn off all of these? Or just turn them all off. I kind of wish when you turn them off, you could still destroy them. I was considered Zelda timeline how real world cultures have fairy tales. It's all one story but told differently. Oh, like different interpretations of each battle. The time that Link and Zelda helped defeat Ganon in an attempt to get to the Triforce, but the story is told differently every time. Fans don't agree with the timeline order. Nintendo still holds that it's accurate, adds current games to it as they come out, but fans won't force fans to agree with them. Oh, switch back. Egoraptor's video didn't help that perception either. Yeah, I mean, that video did kind of a lot of damage to something that was already flawed. It wasn't as bad. I mean, we had James Rolfe doing that stuff years before. I'm not even going to sit here and act like Egoraptor did some catastrophic thing that nobody's ever done before. What am I missing here? Oh, there we go. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, I think you're supposed to beat all of those enemies to get those chests. Here, I'm gonna get this chest because I can't leave them. That often gets misunderstood. They didn't erase the timeline after fans' reaction. They just emphasized we can't make you agree if you think it fits differently. One interpretation of the Zelda story has a hero, princess, and beast. Sometimes the beast is a human. Sometimes the beast is a train. Everything Egoraptor does is catastrophic. I don't think he's that bad. Yeah, I don't mind him. Can get annoying, definitely. Who doesn't? Who can't? Who isn't sometimes annoying? Oh wait, so they're back. Skyward is also my favorite version of Link. Do I think Skyward's my favorite version of Link? No, I think Wind Waker is my favorite version of Link. I like how emotive he is. Okay, are you really not swinging that sword down? You're the hero? Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. No. He's annoying until you realize it's for a joke. Cyrus Sword is the perfect balance of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess Link. And it's a very big personality he plays up, but people take him too seriously. Yeah, it's like he's a comedian. Like he's a jokester. You know, he's not. And I think to everyone's credit for that, he makes jokes while playing video games. Those videos felt like they were supposed to be like critiques, like, you know what I mean, like analyses, and that goes beyond the scope of what he's normally known for. So I think that's why everybody got all butthurt about it. All right, so here we'll do it. Nope, I'll do it there. Create suspend point so we can cover that one up. Okay, there we go. The timeline where Ganondorf beat Link, that Link was being played by Egoraptor. I'd say skill. Yeah, it's skill issue to him. That's different, though. I think when you're talking about like his sequelitis videos versus the gameplay stuff that they do, I feel like those are different issues, right? He's definitely me in the sense that he doesn't read the tutorials and then wonders. Actually, no. I read the tutorials. I just forget what they said 5 seconds later. He doesn't read the tutorials and then critiques the game. So, yeah, I read all the tutorials. I just then forget everything I just read. They also got annoyed because he clarified, if you don't agree with Zelda video, you're an effing idiot. So that upset people as well. I still recommend those videos. They're well thought out and easy to recommend. I think to be fair, with the Egoraptor stuff, I think the Skyward Sword video is the one that bothered everybody the most, because his videos on Castlevania and Mega Man, I think, were fine. And the Zelda video I thought was fine too. I didn't think that he was wrong for saying the things that he said. Speaking about God, I don't even know how old that video is now, but I think everything he said was fine. It's just he gets overly dramatic about it, and it stops feeling like a sort of think piece, and it starts feeling like a comedy bit. The Mega Man one I thought was great, and the Castlevania one I thought was great too. Yeah, I agree with his points on Skyward Sword, despite me liking the game. Yeah, Skyward Sword is another one of those games that you like it or you don't like it. but even the people who like it will admit to some of its flaws. They'll admit that the things that you have to do are kind of annoying. There's not enough warp points. Having to go back feel like to the same areas feels kind of stale. So that stuff isn't incorrect. Yeah, I didn't like the. And I say this as somebody who wants a compass on my screen and wouldn't mind having a button that puts a line on the screen when I desperately need it. At the very least, I like a compass. But even I thought the dowsing rod was a little stupid mechanic. I thought that was a dumb mechanic. Like, oh, okay, the game's literally going to point me where to go. Like, I was kind of like, all right, fine. I would have been happier with the dowsing rod if I had to explore and then it only went off when I was really close to the thing. But it turns into this, all right, you can use it and just wander wherever. And I'm like, it's okay. And now we have AI. So now when you use the dowsing rod, you don't even have to control the character. AI will walk you over there. Got some of his praise because it's a Zelda game. I agree with. Yeah, it's. I mean, that's brand loyalty. You know. Sometimes franchises make bad decisions, or decisions that are not generally very popular, but because of brand loyalty, the fans linger. You know. So anyway, Wind and Waves looks great. Isn't that fantastic? That Wind and Waves. Why am I bringing up Wind and Waves? No reason in particular. Just start a fight before I leave. Okay, so who's? Oh, speaking of devil, hold on. He better still be live. He better not be going off stream right now. Sonic. Whoa, nasty cold coming in there, Marcos. I hope you're all right. Issue, it said, it's how he said it with the classic. If you disagree, you're stupid and go F yourself. Yeah, that's always the most toxic. That's always the most toxic way to end any opinion is as if you don't like my opinion, go F yourself. Like, all right, if you don't like my opinion, then you don't like my opinion. You don't have to go F yourself, unless you want to. Like, that's... Was it the new Super Mario Brosification of 2010 Mario Sticker Star? Wait, what? There's a game that needs a remake of Sticker Star. All right. But that is going to do it for today. So, right and good. That's going to do it for today. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you. We double streamed today. I'm pretty happy for that. So, now I have to go through the pain in the ass of downloading both streams and merging them together. Skyward Toes? No. Wait. Yeah, so thank you so much. I very much appreciate everybody popping in here. Oh, Sticker Star? Sticker Star is best left forgotten. No, Sticker Star can be saved. Next stream, we're going to save Sticker Star. We're going to figure out what we have to do to save Sticker Star. And I can tell you right now that one of the ways we save Sticker Star is by doing some of the things that Color Splash did. So maybe next stream we will rescue Sticker Star from the depths. Saying that means we're getting a remake of Sticker Star. I hope we do because to save Sticker Star, you must release a 1,000-Year Door. Maybe Mario Party 9 and Paper Jam. I didn't play Paper Jam, and I don't particularly care enough about old Mario Party games that made mistakes. I would rather just play new Mario Party games. So I don't particularly care about Mario Party 9, and Paper Jam I didn't play, so I just have no idea. One of the ways to save Sticker Star is to play Mario RPG. Here, we'll get Sticker Star remake, and we will add on the Decal Hero DLC. Yes, Decal Detective. Oh, it's an adventure mode where you have to like who done it. Remember the murder mystery from 1,000-Year Door? I think it was. Was it 1,000? It was 1,000. I think it was 1,000-Year Door that had the murder mystery thing. We'll have something like that, and it's called Decal Detective DLC. Yes. Oh, no, wait. Decal something Chronicles. So the DLC is called DLC. There you go. We'll save it next time. For right now though, I'm gonna send you over to Proto Blues. Proto Blues is playing Breath of the Wild. So stick around after the credits and I will send you over to Proto Blues and you can talk about why Breath of the Wild is the far superior game in the entire Zelda franchise, right? Greatest Zelda game ever, Breath of the Wild. But thank you everybody for stopping in and for hanging out. Don't forget to drink your mask where you're. Wednesday tomorrow we have off, so we'll be back on Thursday, and then we'll save Sticker Star on Thursday. But thank you everybody so much for hanging out. Don't forget to drink your mask, wear your water, social distance whenever possible. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you all on Thursday.